Hi, my name is Jacob Trammell, and this is my submission for what was supposed to be a group project. But right off the bat, myself and my group members never really got around to, communicating. So I decided to just do it myself. I hope that's okay. I did the whole project to what the rubric said, so I hope that's okay. But that being said, I decided to do my project over an album that is very dear to my heart, Father John Misty's Pure Comedy, an album that dives deep into some pretty heavy topics like existentialism, societal collapse, and even impending doom. It might sound depressing, and honestly, it kind of is, but it's also fascinating and packed with meaning. Father John Misty, whose real name is Josh Tillman, released Pure Comedy during a time when the world felt increasingly uncertain. Think about it. 2017, political chaos, environmental fears, and the overwhelming influence of technology were on everyone's mind. The album tackles these themes head on, using sharp satire and poetic lyrics to hold up a mirror to humanity. It's as if he's saying, look at the mess we've made and think about where we're headed. One of the central themes of the album is existentialism, the idea that life doesn't have inherent meaning, so we have to create it ourselves. Misty explores this in songs like the title track, Pure Comedy, where he critiques religion, politics, and even human nature itself. He sings about how humans build systems to cope with life's uncertainties, but those systems often fail us. It's dark, but it's also thought provoking, kind of like reading a philosophy book set to music. Another standout track is Things It Would Have Been Helpful to Know Before the Revolution. This song imagines a post apocalyptic world where humanity has destroyed itself through greed and arrogance. It's haunting, but it's also a call to action, asking us to rethink how we treat the planet and each other. What's so powerful about this song is how it connects big global issues like climate change to personal responsibility. Musically, Pure Comedy is just as ambitious as its lyrics. It's not your typical rock album. It's full of lush orchestral arrangements with lots of piano, strings, and horns. These elements give the album a grand, almost cinematic feel. The slower tempos and reflective tone really make you stop and listen. For example, in the 13-minute song, which is one of my personal favorites, Leaving LA, Misty strips things down to just his voice and an acoustic guitar, letting the lyrics take center stage. It's a risky choice, but it works because it feels so raw and so personal. What's also interesting about this album is how it uses irony. Misty often throws around terms like revolution and progress, but he does it in a way that feels sarcastic. He's challenging us to think critically about these concepts. Are we actually making progress, or are we just fooling ourselves? It's the kind of music that makes you want to sit down and really think about what's happening in the world. Even though this is a solo project, Misty creates a sense of connection with his listeners by addressing universal fears like death, meaninglessness, and the state of the planet. He reminds us that we're all in this together. Listening to Pure Comedy feels like having a deep, late night conversation with someone who just gets it. So, why does this album matter? Well, it holds up a mirror to modern life and forces us to ask tough questions about ourselves. It's a reminder that, yes, life is messy and absurd, but that doesn't mean we should give up. Instead, we should take responsibility for the choices we make and try to find meaning in the chaos. It's not an easy message, but it is an important one. If you haven't listened to this album, which I don't know if you have, it is one of his more popular ones, but he's not super massive and he's also not super rock and roll. So, but if you haven't, I do highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I've seen him live, and yeah, can't recommend it enough. It's really the kind of album that sticks with you for a really long time after you listen to it. So, once again, I hope that it's okay that I did the project by myself, even though it's a group project technically. But I'm pretty sure I adhered to the rubric. Let me know if I need to change anything, and I will do so. Thank you.